That's not that shocking. But to get blown out and never really even compete, that was the surprising part.
Long two. Falls out. Here's Drew Smith to push for Missouri. And his BANANAS game against TCU.
You're a big Gwen Stefani fan, huh?
Hollaback. Drew Smith comes out of there with it.
Good time. Both games streaming live on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Ravi, I'll answer your question. I think Alabama's got to get to 11 or 12. Now, they already have 4 in this game. But here's the issue. Missouri has not allowed.
Family actually knows the reason. He will not play again this season, but the speculation early on was this had to be associated with COVID. And it turns out that the officials in Florida, as well as Massachusetts General Hospital and others, determined it was not related to COVID. So Keontae Johnson may, in fact, issue a statement in the coming days, if not weeks. And
he got the job. His first day on the job, he made 4 trades. It's like running a fantasy team.
That's like a video game. So you can get in the video game right away and start making moves.
Desi Sills gives it up. He's been
90s. I know it was SD video, but that would have been amazing.
I was throwing it all out there. The series started in 1950.
There we go. I'm slow.
That was one of the notable ones. Moody with the personal foul was on their roster.
Well, the numbers certainly back you up. Their worst points per game since '85, their field goals since '63, and their three-point field goal percentage ever. They are 1 for 9 here to start the game, and there's some frustration from Brandon Boston.
Kentucky goes to 3-circle. They have their 3-man Boston. He's running circles along that baseline, trying to get freed up for a jump shot. Missouri has no part of it.
Devin Askew 5 on the shot clock. Backdoor cut by Mintz, and they threw it away.
681 points from their seniors and grad students this year. Alabama most in the SEC. Missouri is getting almost 100% of their points from guys that returned from last year. Missouri leading the SEC in experience, and Alabama 4th in the conference.
Be very physical as you're trying to do your cutting game against Missouri.
Nearly a 5-second violation. They had a hard time getting it in their 6th turnover. And Mitchell bounced pass a little behind. We'll go the other way with it. 3-on-2. Stopper dribbled himself underneath the...
Told you about Jackson jumping center. Sarr, Devin Askew, and Brandon Boston round out the 5. Askew's got the ball in his hands. Jimmy, he has not scored a field goal in his last 3 games.
Well, Ravi, it's a Kentucky team that really struggles to go by anybody off the bounce on the offensive end. And Cal, the last 2 or 3 days, he told us, I'm trying to get my offense more spread and get guys playing simple basketball in terms of attacking the paint. Can they do it in this game? We shall see.
Offensive rebound unable to be held by Kentucky, and it's Drew Smith dribbling the ball.
Patrick. It was Mike Patrick is who it was. And he's a tremendous voice right there with yours. I think college basketball. I think
put Mike the Patrick. Shovel away. The hole is big enough. You've dug a big hole. Speed. Look out. Oh, Pinkston missed it, but Smith is there with the follow.
Just watch this ball going to the block now. Going to be a pin down for Brooks.
Same thing. Shot clock. Brooks had it deflected. Loose ball, and it comes away with Missouri. Smith banged into Askew, and that's going to be 2 free throws.
I'll move up to the top 75. Maybe that helped with a win against Auburn today. We'll wait and see. Reach from behind it, a takeaway by Bugs, a Hawaii transfer. Pardon me, Drew Smith, excuse me. Drew Smith for Mizzou. Vanover off to the screen.
Watch Kentucky's screen. They've got to go find a white jersey, bam, and deliver it, man, and get guys freed up.
Tillman switches to Askew. Mintz trying to make it 3 in a row. Can't get it. Offensive rebound goes instead to Missouri. Here's the run out. Javon.
Missouri's made threes this game without Tillman. They've taken a lot more threes before going inside out.
That one nowhere near as Tate closed out on him. Missouri started the game.
Tate's got closing speed like Deion Sanders. He's got the length. Like that shot should have been able to get up, and most times they helped off a
battle again, and finally in the hands of the Tide. Out of bounds. Paying to steal the long pass to Reese, and good hands on the defensive end by Smith to knock it away. And not a good three-point shooting team, really not a good outside shooting team. Tillman has been such a focal point of that offense as Nick swings it to Boston. Quick three.
Torrance Watson with the steal from Missouri. Arkansas a little bit sloppy. Tigers trailing. Extra pass for Bugs. That is his first three-pointer of the season. Ball, Missouri's got it down to 17 seconds. Here's Drew Smith into the front court. He'll push. Dives. Brown. Got it. And we're tied at 73.
Drew Smith with a basket. Comes off a 26-point game against Kentucky earlier this week. And Missouri not afraid to run. I was anxious to see how Konza wanted to do in this ball game, because we know Alabama wants to get this thing into a horse race. Missouri on their home floor, though, I think they're not afraid to push it. This half-court defense is so good. You've got to get some points against them in transition. And well, Drew Smith off to a good start, driving the ball hard. A really good seal by Jeremiah Tillman. There's my guy. I had 2 scouts call me this week and said, who would you draft out of the SEC if you're in our position? I said, Herb Jones.
Quinterly denied at the rim. And here comes Missouri again. There's a good pass. Smith ahead of the field. Lays it in with a punctuation point.
Another shot blocked in this game. Brett, how do you think about this? No Power 5 team gets their shot blocked more than Alabama. Now, part of that is because how many times they get the ball to the rim. But Alabama gets 13% of their shot.
Missouri. Smith, little runner. It goes over the front iron, then the back and down.
closeout situations or getting open shots that way.
60% of their attempts have come from three. Drive, and Drew Bugs will go to the free throw line on the foul.
From the field, shooting 40%. Missouri's been red hot at 55. Drew Smith already with 11 points. Baseline wide open, easy layup, and another one for Marksman.
That's the type of bounce so far today. Because of their effort, it's going their way. While Bama has struggled and turned the ball over a heck of a lot more times. 8. Bugs kicks it. Mark Smith launches that one, finds the bottom of the net.
Ball screen defense from Missouri has been very bad this first half. It looks almost like Ole Miss did the other day, where they were able to get that ball screen and get right downhill. There's no action on the screener to help the screener, the ball handler, to make him retreat. The roll men have been open, the rotations.
You have 3 seniors on each team to start games, or at the very least play at the same time. And that's rare in college basketball, but it is a common thread between Alabama and Missouri. How about Drew Smith? He's got 11 now, knocking that one in.
The only teams with 5 quad 1 wins or more, and that's why Missouri's tracking right now that 4 seed in Joe Lenardi's bracket. That block.
So whose fault is that? Who put him in that position? Did he create that, or did one of the guards?
No, I think he just broke off of what he was supposed to be doing, because normally a big out there is just, they're supposed to do a dribble handoff action and dive back to the rim.
Smith takes it at Ware. First field goal for Missouri this half.
Good job by Missouri to start pounding away at the paint themselves.
He's projected to be a lottery pick, folks. 6'6", silky smooth, can knock down shots, learning to better to play without the ball and play in spacing. But right now he's had 2 really good, easy looks and drives down Broadway. Good response by Mitchell Smith. Pre-World War I.
You're in charge of all of the poli-sci history today.
Noted. Thank you. Thank you, Professor.
Torrance Watson hit a big 3 last time down. Now Pinson, player, her brother Mike Tambodi was also a good Mizzou player. So when brother moved into his dorm in Lawrence, she snuck a Mizzou t-shirt into his dresser and just left it there. Here's Torrance Watson. Got it. Second 3.
Nothing fancy about it, but just the thing that stood out the most to me was how terrific he was as a golfer and how competitive he was as a golfer the next day. There's a reason why that guy was special. hated
that.
to lose
I don't like
anything. Like Tony Green was signaling it. Which reminds me, why are we still giving flop warnings? We don't give travel warnings. We don't give block charge warnings. That's his team in college basketball right now, right there behind Gonzaga, about 14 seconds per possession. The question I have coming in, does Missouri have enough offense to score with Alabama? Alabama terrific defensively, and Missouri has got to create points in this game. No call.
Arkansas by 6. Corner, Drew Smith. Splashes down.
See where how Tate's body's position. He's not letting him come off the screens. They're turning it and getting him going downhill. Good read this time by Pinson.
Brown swings it. Here's Drew. Got it. And we're tied at 60 on a Drew Smith 3.
That ball's got to get reversed a couple of times and let Tillman get an angle. Clear out, let him go to work. Yeah, it all started with a play by Tillman, though. I mean, Alabama came down
with some shekels. My question is, what is the over-under on the Golden State game against the Nets? It's got to be like 300. It's got to be just astronomical. I got to look at it.
All of it.
I don't mess with the NBA.
15 for Drew Smith. We're tied at 62.
Star power. Will Larry be there?
Oh, it's possible.
Yeah, if Larry's going to be there, I'm in. Yeah, I'm in.
That is too
Most likely he's on the ball right now.
Arkansas only one quad one win on the season. This would be huge for the Hogs to win on the road. Drive, blocked at the rim, but we get a foul. And they'll call it goaltending and count it. And they'll say Jalen Tate took it off after it came off the backboard.
And all of a sudden, a three-point game. Jimmy, how do you get Tillman involved offensively?
like they have all year. You got to get the ball reversed and throw it to him on this left block and make the defense respond to his touch. And right now, Jeremiah Tillman's in that.
Mitchell Smith got a hand on it. So that's an empty trip for Kentucky here as we talk about the last 4 minutes.
Yep.
Jackson got in the air, and oh, that didn't roll in. Good effort there from Drew Smith. But Jackson picks up.
Former Tiger Stephon Hannon. Second in the league in free throw percentage. Got a couple coming here. Missouri's loss at Ole Miss wasn't just disappointing. It was ugly. They went just 5 of 15 from the free throw line. That was a single game worse in the last 25 years for the Tigers.
Igniting that run game.
What a game for Drew Smith as he will knock that down. He's a 23-year-old. Everybody on Missouri will tell you he's the best teammate in the country.